English terms like that when you're interested in your day-to-day life.
Yep,
Like
it is a common saying. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. Not with a fake British accent or anything. You just say, it's not my cup of tea. But nothing is really my cup of tea because I don't drink it. So.
I don't either, to be fair.
You don't drink tea? Isn't that illegal?
No, I don't. Yeah, I've barricaded the door. No, it's. I'm just not a fan of hot drinks.
Yeah, same
hot
here.
Drinks, you get them, they're too hot. I put them down. I wait for them to cool. I forget about them. I come back to them and they're cold. It's like.
Yeah, they're gross anyways. Jam.
Yeah, you'd probably drink yours with a spoon.
Ew. I wouldn't drink it. Oh, you know what? I would. If I ever have, like, if I'm ill and I have neocitrin or something like that, I scoop it up, most of it with a spoon. I don't burn my mouth that way. True story.
You're a very strange person.
That's okay. Well, how do you stir your tea or hot drink if you were to have one? With a spoon, and would you not?
Yeah.
And then put it in your mouth right after. Everybody does that. Yes, they do.
No.
Yes, you would lose a little bit, like that little ounce, or not even an ounce, a tiny, tiny bit.
You don't scoop it up. You pour whatever on the spoon back into the cup.
And then you lick off your spoon.
That's not necessary though.
It is necessary. You have to. Like, let's say you're eating ice cream. And that final bite you put in your mouth, but like you're gonna want to get as much as possible. Just because there's a little bit of mixing on there, you don't put it back in the sink. You just want to have all that in your mouth. Do you not?
That's ice cream. That's ice cream because you're eating that anyway. You're not eating the
Are
drink.
you eating ice cream or are you drinking ice cream? Because it melts into a liquid form.
You're eating it.
You don't chew it.
Well, you don't.
The look on your face right now is amazing. Like, I'm totally just, I'm pulling you down this rabbit hole and you have no clue that I'm doing this to you.
Well, you don't go, oh, I'm going to drink some soup. Like, No, you don't.
Yeah. Everybody drinks soup.
Yeah, but you eat it.
You eat the vegetables that's inside the soup. But then you drink the rest of your soup.
But you don't say I'm going to drink soup.
Who doesn't? Everybody says that. I heard you say it.
Yeah, but that's because it's the example of me.
You're easily goaded today. This is great.
No, that's not how that works.
It's totally how it worked.
You're just trying to create a language weakness. I'm not vibing with that.
Otney's enjoying it.
He's been showing up a lot lately.
Otney's been here like every day for months. And he's in Indonesia. And it is... What time is it? Like, he's super far ahead. What time is it in Indonesia? 8:09 p.m. So when I'm streaming, it's like 4 in the morning from her. Soup is just chunky water you drink. That's right, Truffle. Dal Falga. It's Aaron. Oh, hey, Aaron. How you doing, dude? Aaron, we'll get you next time, dude. We will get you next time. We're talking Hogwarts Legacy, and you haven't played it yet? Hogwarts Legacy. Aaron's my buddy from long time ago. Long time. Man, it's got to be 20 plus years, I think.
Wow.
Universe. Dalfalga. I want to know about the name Dalfalga now. Falga. Dalfalga. Yeah, so back to drinking soup. 2001, is that what
Nobody
it was?
does.
Everybody drinks their soup. So when you eat your vegetables, what do you do with the broth?
I eat it.
No, you don't. No, you don't. So you process that. Your whole instinct was to say, I drink it, but you're in your head like, no, Paul's gonna get me on this. So you said, I eat my broth. Nobody eats their broth.
No, it's because it's food. That is food. That is
not broth. You drink your broth. How do you not talk about NBA today? It's a gaming podcast, Alphaga, and I'm the only one who actually watches NBA in my and Otney does, but Otney's so far ahead, I don't think he gets to see it. NBA All-Star Weekend, no man. Saturday night, last night. Then tonight's a basketball game. Yeah.
But well, if he's so far ahead, then wouldn't he know the outcome already?
Nope, that's not how that works. Speaking of how things don't work, you've got it right there, Lee.
I was making a joke there.
That wasn't funny.
Yeah, I often get that.
No way. You are amusing, Lee.
Try to be.
You definitely are. Even Jam Master James. Yeah, I get that. Filthy casual gaming. All right. Follow me on Twitter. Cool. Happy birthday, Tiny! What's that?
No thanks.
Oh. Well, you never know. Just replying to Tiny now. Two requests. One from Rakash A1090. Hello, Paul. New opportunity alert. Are you a Nintendo Switch gamer? Switcheries is currently looking for new affiliates to join their team. We think you would be a great fit. DM affiliate to their main page. No, go to Halifax. And then Rose Pella sent me a message and she says, hey, how you doing? I assume it's one of those scam counts. One of like 0 posts. I'm easy and loving. Thank you, Rose Pella. The scammers just have no, like, they have nothing for originality or anything like that. They all try the same stupid stuff. I have not been watching basketball. I was still watching football until last Sunday. There you go. That's all right, Truffle Shuffle. What we got? We got Otney. We got Truffle Shuffle. Dalfalga.
Yeah, the scammers still manage to get people.
They really do. I don't understand it.
Like Jim.
Yeah, I try to post as much as possible, like the scam calls and like a couple tips here and there on how not to get roped into this stupidity. Like even my sperm donor who lost his whole account. I assume he was clicking links he shouldn't have, which then gave them access to his username and password. But even like they tried to scam me and I was like, sus. So I asked some clarifying questions and they couldn't answer. It was good times. Yeah, my cat woke up early this morning. It's 7 a.m. here. Once my cat wakes up, he thinks everyone should be up. That's like my dog, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey. 5.5 hours of sleep last night. That's pretty good.
On your part, yeah.
That is good. Last week, I finished the week with 4 hours and 5 minutes average. That was my average. 4 hours and 5 minutes. Where are you? Can you see that? You can barely see it's blurry.
I mean, like, by your standards, that's not terrible.
Well, it still sucks. All right, what do we got? 25 seconds. This week was about 3 hours a night for me. Okay, Truffle. Cool. That sucks, man. All right. Here we go. You ready? Episode 57. I don't even have notes this time. We're just winging it. Hey, welcome to episode 57 or level 57 of the Gamers Pass podcast, where us gamers right now, just Lee and I get together. We chat about video games, and sometimes we do movies. And we were doing that before we started, talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp and all that. But this is our weekly, for the most part, of gaming podcast, where today is a special edition because mainly all we're talking about is Hogwarts Legacy. I think we're going to add the Nintendo Direct in there a little bit. Lee, you have a bunch of notes on that, eh?
Yeah.
Good. Because I've kind of purged the last Nintendo Direct out of my mind, and I don't want to even think about the Nintendo Direct. So before I get, anyways, I'll talk about myself here in a sec. So Lee, joining me today is Lee. Lee, how you doing? What have you been playing? Lee.
I'm doing awesome, and I think it's quite clear that I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy.
It's quite clear? You've been playing Hogwarts Legacy?
I've been playing it alongside, in conjunction with a lot of people, with.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And James.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But what else are you playing? Anything else this week?
I've been kind of looking at other games to download for when I finish Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
And one of them has been Jedi Fallen Order. Because I want to play that in preparation for Jedi Survivor.
So, okay, yeah, yes, okay. So you haven't played that yet?
No, I haven't.
I want to know your thoughts on it.
I know the story on it though.
Okay, yeah. Regardless of the story, for me, the story's fine. I don't really remember much of the story. It's just the gameplay I do remember. And so you'll have to fire that up and play it for a little while just so we can talk about that one before Jedi Survivor comes out. Anyways, we'll save it. What else? Anything else?
No, it's been pretty quiet in terms of outside of Hogwarts Legacy.
I know, it's just stinking Hogwarts Legacy has all my attention. My buddy Dalfalga, Aaron, came over yesterday, and I was playing Hogwarts Legacy when he showed up, and so we got to chat about a little bit. I got to show him a couple things, and it's just it's all I've been doing. Now I got up late today, so I didn't get to fire it up. Even if I could sneak in 15 to 20 minutes, I'll do it. Just so I can, because in 15 to 20 minutes, you can clear out a cave, or you could grab a chest here or do this and do that. So we're going to dedicate today for almost the whole show, Hogwarts Legacy. So last one we did, I think I got us down to a little over an hour, which was the first time ever this podcast went a little over an hour, as opposed to an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours, just because I love to ramble. So you ready for this, Lee?
Yeah.
So I love collecting statues. You can see there's a whole bunch here. There's a whole bunch right here. Mainly Legend of Zelda. What's that?
Should have expected this.
So this is basically my Legend of Zelda case. I don't think there's anything else. Okay, that's all Legend of Zelda. And so on the other side, I've got my big Tanuki Mario up there, which is awesome. I got Luigi's Mansion, got some AC Creed. I even got some Pokemon in there, and I'm not really a Pokemon guy. So for the last few years, there's a place in my city called Gamezilla, which is on the west side, and they have really cool anime statues. I don't like anime. I couldn't care less about anime. I know people love it, and that's cool. Now, anime and cartoons are two totally separate things, and we can debate on that if anyone disagrees. Anime...
No, you're right.
And cartoons are totally different. I grew up on cartoons. You younger people are growing up on anime. And a lot of older folks like anime. But one of the cool things I really like, the only thing I like about anime, is their statues. The characters look really cool. And I started something stupid. And I've been fighting for weeks, if not a whole lot longer, on purchasing little statues to go in a case. Like this, I'll have to get a couple more, but you can see something on the floor right here. And I'm going to get them out here. What 1 sec, because I shouldn't have done it, but I had to do it. And so I went 2 days ago. I went and I purchased 2 of them. They're not expensive, which is awesome. That's the only, like, these statues are worth a lot, like especially these ones. This Tanuki, when it first came out, is like $500, but they got it on sale for $200. I think it was a birthday present. So this right here, okay. Spoiler alert, I know nothing about anime, their shows, anything like that, okay? I look at a character, I think, okay, he looks cool. So here, this is from something called Otherworlder, and his name is Hikaru, I think. Must be. And I haven't opened it yet, so when I get a normal case. So that's one. He actually looks pretty friggin' awesome. And so they have 2 special characters. I got the one, which you already seen. I got that guy right there. So I haven't even opened it yet. So I will open it, of course, and throw it in a case. I know James and Peter are all like, oh my gosh, there's no help from you. You're stupid. This one here is called...
Look how the mighty have fallen.
Exactly. This one's called Hanata Sakaguri. Something like that. I don't know. He's got a sword pointing out. He looks pretty cool. I think it's going to look awesome. And I can open one on stream if we want. And then you just seen the character I have here. And then yesterday, I probably shouldn't have done it, but whatever. This is King of Artist, the Yuji Itadori. I don't know. Either way, I think he looks pretty friggin' cool. So that's. It's a little larger than the others, but like I said, they're not expensive. They're at the GameStop, and like they're $26, which is no big deal. I think it's kind of cool. So I just like statues. I like it. That's what I like. I'm an old man. I like my statues, and that's where I'm at. So that's what I've been. I shouldn't have started collecting, but I have. The good thing is I have no allegiance to a show. Like my oldest kid loves the show Demons. Oh my gosh, what's it called? Hold on.
I can't tell you.
Demon Slayer, that's it. And he loves Demon Slayer. He thinks it's awesome. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So I don't have any allegiance to any sort of anime, so I don't got to get a collection of something. Legend of Zelda, yes. I did pre-order Urbosa. Mifa should be here this week coming, and I did pre-order the Mario Kart. I'm just saying. Steph told me to. She's like, just do it. And she's been bugging me for like a month. Just do it. Order it. Pre-order it. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. I'm like, all right, and I finally did it. So yeah, that's it. Seems like you wonder how long it's gonna be. I don't know. What's that?
You're sounding like a heavy smoker. I can quit whenever I want.
Yeah. It's not smoking. That's my problem. It's food. I can stop eating cookies anytime I want. No, you can't, fat loser. No, you can't. So, I hope GameStop is around forever, Truffle. I really do. I love a nerd store like that. And like I said, we have GameZilla across the way. I'll be going there today. So we'll see what else, if I pick something else up. Steph's in the living room, so she doesn't even know I purchased these. But I use my own money for that. So, and I let her know that, for the last few years, I said, like, I purchase all of this stuff with my second job, which is this. This is kind of a second job for me. So this is what I spend the money on. So, and of course, all the Elgato crap. I didn't realize I totally keep forgetting my green screen on the floor is an Elgato green screen too. So I'm almost as bad as Gas. Even I'm just not, I'm Elgato, I just don't do that. So, all right, Lee.
If there's anything that you do like endorse to that capacity, it would be the Game Pass.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I am a Game Pass fanboy. I'm telling you right now. You know what we should even mention? It was reported, Xbox had said, Game Pass cannibalizes game sales. And that was apparently from Xbox. I didn't read the story because I think it's bullcrap. Of course, Phil Spencer and those guys would know way more than me. I still think it's crap because I would not play 90% of the games that come out. I wouldn't even play them. Like Hi-Fi Rush on Game Pass is a blast. Wonderful game. I would never play that. unless
No.
it came on Game Pass. So, is it true that it cannibalizes games or game sales? I personally don't think so. Because nobody, like, you watch that developers direct. Hi-Fi Rush wasn't even rumored. It's just like, hey, look at this Bethesda game. Dude doing like, I'm thinking, oh, it's a music game. I don't want to play a music game. That's stupid. But it's amazing. But I'd never buy it.
Hey, check out this hidden gem that we just kept in our back pocket.
Right. And who thinks it's a gem unless you actually play it? And even then, IGN and all of those other guys, I wouldn't even care about what they're saying. They'd be like, you got to play this. No, I don't. I don't got to play that. I'm not spending $50, $60, $70 on this hidden gem because you guys say it's awesome. It didn't even really look appealing. And then I play it and I'm like, this game is wonderful. I love Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
Fun game. And we chatted about it in the last podcast. It's like, this is an excellent freaking game. So good.
It really is.
All right. Let's so spoilers and stuff for Hogwarts Legacy. I'm pretty sure we're not going to do. I'm just darkening my. There it is. I'm pretty sure we're not going to do spoilers. All right. We'll try not to do anything spoilery. But just as a heads up, there's something may slip out. Just as a heads up, Harry Potter dies at the end. I just want you to know that, okay? So most of the new games you buy are broken right out of the gate, so playing them on Game Pass would be ideal. Yeah, Truffle, 100%. I stopped using my Elgato. I have the AC60 somewhere, but I use OBS Shadow Play for my recordings and stuff. That's cool. That's excellent. I get it. All right, Lee, I want you to just verbal diarrhea instead of me yapping and running my mouth on Hogwarts Legacy, because it is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful game.
Well, I think I'm a little bit further in the game than you are, to be honest.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Harry Potter game, but it's set like 100, 200 years before the events of Harry Potter.
Yes.
So it has nothing to do with those characters. So you don't see Dumbledore, you don't see Voldemort, you don't see Harry, you don't see any of that. It's about Hogwarts, the legacy, if you will.
The school.
Yeah,
the school in the area.
In the area around it. And you play as a character who possesses, and you start as a 5th year, so about the same time that Harry was when he was in Order of the Phoenix. So you start as that, you don't start as a 1st year, which, I mean, like, it kind of makes sense. I'd be interested to see a version of it where you did start from the beginning.
Let's stop there for a sec, because I would love to start grade 1 or however they want to say it, because there's only 5 years in Harry Potter, right? Like, you're only in school for 5 years, is it? Or is there more?
I think it's more, but
I don't know.
Because the Order of the Phoenix was the 5th book and the 5th film, and and there were like 7 of them. So
okay,
and there were still the kids the same age as Harry who were still in Hogwarts.
Okay, all right. So I would love to start from year 1. And even if it's an extra long grind, like, I'm totally cool with that. I want to get lost in this magical world, and which I already have. But I want to start at year 1, learn these little whatever, and then my ability and powers as I progress through the school years level up some. So anyways, keep going. I would love to do that. But yeah, spoiler, you start at year 5.
It's not necessarily a spoiler, but yeah, so you start as a 5th year. You're being caught up by a professor called Professor Fig, and you discover that like there's this sort of like hidden conspiracy in a way about these dark goblins, and with that you discover that you have the ability to see and use certain kinds of ancient magic,
which is awesome.
Yeah, I do
enjoy
that. No,
I was just gonna say, we'll just keep stopping as you're explaining when those magical moments hit me. I didn't even care about my my traits, I guess we'll say, because you have your core power, your the dark power, what you have, and
Dark art.
the stealth, and you can, as you level up, you get these points and you can place them in.
Yeah.
I didn't even care about it until I really started getting it into ancient magic, and then around the level 25 to 30, that's when I started spending my points on what will allow me to build up my ancient power faster, so I can just drop that blasted lightning to explode their guts all over the place, or whatever it is you want to do. It's powerful, it's wonderful, it's magical.
Well, there are like these across the map. There's like these ancient magic hotspots where you go and then you unlock that. You find like these 3 sort of ancient magic orbs.
Yes.
And then it can level that up for you, and then you get like extra bar slots at the bottom where you can.
I didn't know that's what that was for. Okay.
So I think you can get up to 5 if you unlock them all.
All right, I have 3.
Yeah, so you must have done some already.
I have, yeah,
and not realized.
I didn't realize what the point of them was. I was just like, okay, it's just something else to do. Ting, ting, ting. Hey, you did it. Now wipe that part off the board. That's what it just seems like. All right.
Yeah, once I found out that that's what it did, I went hunting them down.
Okay. Well, I've been clearing the world anyways, and so yeah, I'll make that as a priority. All right, keep going.
And so yeah, that's the general like basics of the story. And I think it's really good. I think the story is really good. That it doesn't necessarily stick to one aspect of it, and that you can like drib and drab in like all different parts of it. Like you're not forced to do everything like at that time. Like
right.
you can just put it to one side and do the main stuff. Like the main stuff is the stuff that you really have to do.
Yeah.
But the side stuff, I mean, I was doing a lot of that because it just meant that like because I haven't done as much exploration as you, Paul, by the looks of it. But the reason for that is because that like there's certain things that would stop you from like unlocking it in the exploration, and I just want to like unlock everything in the main quest and then be able to unlock it in the
which makes sense. I mainly started, I did a little bit of the story, and then I mainly started going around getting foo flames and getting as much as possible. And then I did realize my oldest kid is coming out, and he's like, he did it the way you did it. He said I couldn't do several things because I didn't progress far enough into the story. So once you hit fall, it seems to open up more where you can do more things. I just hit winter. Like yesterday, I just hit winter. And there's a section at the bottom right-hand corner that I had no clue on how to get to because I want to get on my broom and fly everywhere. The only way to get through there is you have to go through the little tunnel, and then it opens up everything. So I started doing it.
I still haven't reached there yet.
All right, so
that part of the map.
You can't fly there. You have to get as far as you can, and then you have to go through kind of like this mining camp, and then you go up the walkway. And then it opens up, and I'm like, okay. And then Aaron showed up, and it's like, I was like, no, I just opened up this brand new section. So I showed him a little bit of the new section. So I cannot wait to explore it. I'll probably have to wait till tomorrow morning and rock that. But so what are your highlights?
The combat, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, so what you want out of a game of magic and fighting is great combat. And the cool thing is you can set up your initial combat section, because there's 4 pages of how you set up all your powers. I wish there was more, just as a heads up. I do wish I had 4 more slots. But
I mean, you've got the sets of them, haven't you? Like the sets of slots.
Yeah,
like
so
where you've unlocked them in the trade.
There's only 4 sets of slots, though. I want another 4 set of slots.
Okay.
I really do, and there really should be more. I should be able to So you hold, what is it? Right trigger, and then you push over on the pad. I would even like to hold left trigger and push over on the pad, open up a whole new section, just because there's so many magic powers, magic abilities. Like there's so much you can do. So I have it set up. I do Accio, which you pull crap to you. I have Leviosa, which you lift stuff up. And then I shoot out a magic fireball or whatever. I forget the name, Confucius or whatever's.
Go.
What is it?
Confringo.
Yeah, Confringo. And then I just unlocked the dark ability where I can just torture a soul. And yes, I'm a dark magic user. What is it?
Crucio.
Yeah, I just unlocked that. I wish I had done it on stream, but I was just like, I was starting the mission, and I'm like, I should wait for stream. And I was like, oh, I can't wait, though. I got to do it right now. So I have that, and I've been torturing souls. So we'll see what happens with that. But, like, I'm just saying, you pull them out, Accio, then pop, 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 hit them with your fireball. Then they fall to the ground. You lift them up again, pop, 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 and you just beat the crap out of them with your power. And it feels so good because your combo of you press a right trigger, your fourth hit, I believe, sends out an extra strong hit, and it feels great. It just feels good. And that's kind of what you need. You look at these gun games when you're sniping and you hit that shot of a headshot and it feels like you hit an actual real life headshot from 1,000 yards away or whatever. That's how wonderful this is. And that's how great it feels when you're playing this game. It's just pop, 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 pop. And if you're fighting 10 to 11 people or 6 or 7, it's wonderful. Someone will come in with a secret attack. It pops up with the bubble. Press Y to block. And Protectio, whatever, and it's pop, and then you're like pop, 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 pop. It's wonderful. It's great. I can't get enough, man. You're right, combo or the combat is 100% amazing.
Yeah. I think like just certain things that like make it work. I think it would be far less enjoyable for like a meathead like me after dealing with actually aiming, and with this you don't have to care. Like
no.
You hit the shots.
Right. And so if you want to focus on a specific person, you find it attacking other people, you just push down on the right stick and it zeroes in on that one person. And it's crazy.
And the ancient magic where literally like one shots most things. Especially so cool. The lightning. Where it's like you bring the lightning down. I'm trying to do
an awesome screen capture of the lightning falling down and just blasting the stuff. Like they thought of I don't know if there's anything. I was like, oh, I wish I could have done this during combat, because you get a troll who picks something up and throws it at you. You press yellow or Y or triangle, I assume on PlayStation. It protects you and then it bounces off, and then you see like a right bumper icon. So as it's bouncing off your protective bubble, you can press right bumper, you use your magic, and you throw that rock or whatever right back at them. And it's just like, yeah, trolls, suck a fat one, you are dead. It's so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm nerding out over this game, man, because it is truly exciting. Hi-Fi Rush was super fun that I played a few weeks ago. I was like, this is a fun game. This is really cool. But Hogwarts Legacy it exceeded everything of my expectations, I guess, of a game and what I wanted to do. It was that crazy. What else, man?
Yeah. I mean, there's the general like sort of quests in themselves. In terms the travel. I mean, like there's different modes of transportation. You can just walk if you want. There's flying on the broom.
Yeah.
There's flying on like a magical beast. Or there's the foo flames.
Yeah.
What you can use to travel. And I know which one's my favorite.
What is it?
Being the broom.
Yeah, easily. The broom is insanely intuitive. Like flying around on the broom, I just thought is perfect. And it makes sense. And when they bring Quidditch out for DLC, it's going to be perfect. I'm thinking like the foundation of Quidditch that is mechanically in the game now it's going to translate like amazing when we get in there, get in to play the DLC.
Have you ever played the Quidditch World Cup game?
No.
That was like, I think it was the PlayStation 2.
Okay.
But that was amazing, that game.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, it was like one of the best Harry Potter games at the time.
Excellent. I'll look into it. I'll see if I can find some videos because that would be cool to watch.
Yeah, and but I can't remember when it came out, but it would have been like 2000, like where the PlayStation 2 was around.
What's it called?
Quidditch World Cup.
Quidditch World. Oh shoot, Quidditch World Cup. Hold on here. World Cup gameplay. It's so funny. The graphically, it's funny. And this person put 9 months ago. Quidditch World Cup is still incredible. This is on the YouTube-ish. EA Sports, it's in the game. That's so awesome. Was there Harry Potter open world with Quidditch on PS2 or 3? I'm not sure, Truffle. And so, spoiler alert to everybody that's chilling, the millions of you is watching. I am not what you would call a Harry Potter fan. I like the movies, but that's it. I have not read the books. I don't care about J.K. Rowling. I don't care about like the lore.
Her name.
What's this?
Said her name.
Oh yeah. Everybody knows her name though, right? Like, she's the writer of these apparent amazing books. I couldn't care less to read the books. I just like the movies, but I didn't fanboy over the movies or anything. I was like, oh, these are cool. I only watched them once. It's not like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or something like that. Like, those roped me in and pulled me in. The Harry Potter was like, okay, it's not on my annual to watch, so I wouldn't be classified as like a Harry Potter fan. So I just like the movies, and so this game is coming from somebody who just loves to play video games, and this is amazing. This is so good.
Yeah.
I've got the gameplay up here, Gryffindor versus Slytherin, it's saying right now, but apparently it was on PC as well, the Quidditch World Cup.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I mean,
I guess.
But it wasn't exclusive to the houses. You could do it so that it was like America against Bulgaria, that kind of thing.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah. Like, you can play as different countries.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Truffle said he's not a big fan of it either. He just watched movies, but this game though, he thoroughly enjoyed this game, this open world game. Oh my gosh, the graphics are funny. Sorry. And so, all right. So, do you use the hippogriff at all?
No, I use the broom.
Yeah.
The hippogriff is fine. It's like if you wanted a different feel, then I guess that's the one you could do. But it's a mixture of, like, it seems so much quicker to use the broom.
Yeah.
And in terms of the hippogriff, it's like because it's like an animal, you have to actually the character that you play as speaks, and it's like I'm not a fan when he speaks. Like,
for me, why would I need a hippogriff when I have a broom?
Yes.
Because the broom is just so cool, ripping through everything, popping those balloons. So I don't like racing in games. So like those time trial races and all that stuff, I can't stand them in video games. Here, drive this vehicle and beat this time in order to 100% a game. I despise that so much. Because some of the races are insanely hard, and it's just like, this is so stupid. Or they troll you in certain ways so you lose. This game so far hasn't done it. It's just like, here's what you got to do. Make it to this end point at this time. And they give you bubbles for bursting through. You got to go through the rings. It's just simple. And I haven't gotten the best time in one race yet. And it's because I have to hit every yellow balloon. But I think I've only got one upgrade to my broom. And there's 2 more upgrades to get. So I just assume I just can't do that right yet. So the broom mechanics flying around is fantastic. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It is just... It's
very easy.
They programmed it perfectly, though. It seems like this game is like, if you want to play it on easy, it's easy. That's it. It's just simple. Oh, you want to have a story experience? Well, all right, we'll make it a story experience. And so I'll probably give it a go on a harder difficulty or just to see what's up. I think that'd be funny. I don't know how it's going to be, but we'll see. So Yeah, the broom mechanics is
You
fantastic.
probably play as like a different house then.
So I was chosen for Slytherin. I'm going to 100% the game in Slytherin. I'm going to do it all the story. I'm going to get everything. All the chests, everything that I possibly can. Mandatory chests. I'm going to get that done. Then when I do, because there's achievements with the Whistle Talk for Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw, that's it. So you got to beat the storylines on those to 100% the game for achievements. I'm not an achievement hunter. I don't care about them, but I like getting them when I get them. That's
we'll see how James fares with that.
Oh yeah, James he's just gonna be like, I gotta get him. He's shaking. You know, James is at home. I've only got 2,000 achievements today. I need more. Like that's James right there. He's lurking right now. I bet he's lurking right now. Like F you, Paul. But yeah, he's got a problem, and we need to have an intervention for James. So.
Yeah, he needs to go to rehab.
So gameplay, the battling, perfect, 10 out of 10. Flying around on your broom, perfect, 10 out of 10. So you get 100 achievements per class. Do you get anything else for each class? I don't know yet, Truffle. I don't know yet. I haven't searched up the achievements. I only seen a couple of them, and as I was going through the list, I was like, all right, I don't need to see anymore. And we'll just get them as we go. What else, man? The world is huge. I'm really surprised on how huge the world is. I got to throw in the Foo Flames. All right. At first, I really wasn't going to use the Foo Flames a lot. I use the Foo Flames all the time now. And the girl, there's James. I love it. He heard his name. We manifested James in the chat. And so the Foo Flames is excellent. The girl is super annoying. But,
yes.
But since I know the Harry Potter world from the movies, it's a necessary evil for her just to be constantly annoying every time you walk by her, every time you use her. Oh, where are you going today, my friend? Shut up. I'm trying to just get going where I need to go. Oh my gosh.
What are you up to now?
So
shut up.
On PC, you can turn her off in the sense, I think, of downloading a patch just to keep her quiet. But no, I used her a couple times. I'm like, all right, she's really annoying. But it is a necessary evil just to have that specific character. Oh, traveling was so terrible before I invented the food dust. And like, oh my gosh, yeah, we get it. You're amazing. You love yourself. Stop it. It's crazy. I always say travel broadens the mind. It certainly does. It's so funny, man. What are your thoughts on this, the Foo Flames girl?
Yeah, it's like when she does say, like, I always say that travel broadens the mind, it's like, yeah, you do always say it. Stop saying it.
It's so funny. But that's what makes the world unique as well. You get the pictures that move all around. Some of them say things, most of them don't. It's a necessary evil. I think it's so unique and so cool. This, regardless of how you feel about JK, the world she has created is magical. For not having pun, really not intended. I don't want to use that as a pun, but it's a magical friggin' world. It's wonderful, and I can't get enough of it. I want more, and I still have tons to do. I've officially passed the 40-hour mark. I just started winter, so half the game. I think I'm 60% done the actual story, like 60.
I think I'm about 70, 75.
Yeah, but I've hit the 40-hour mark, and I still have to explore the bottom right-hand corner of the map that I haven't even got the Foo Flames yet, or anything like that. So this game's probably going to take me 100 hours, if not more, to complete 100% of just my Slytherin playthrough. And so let's talk about side quests. What are your thoughts on the many side quests?
I think some of them are good. Like where it's you literally go over, do something, come back. That's that.
Yeah, that's standard.
Some of them can be like a bit tedious, I guess.
Just give me an example.
Like where it's like someone just like is is I guess they want to know something, and then so they make you do it. You go over, you go through this cave. There's not really much in the cave, um, other than like maybe a bunch of spiders. And it's like, but that's fine because the combat's good.
I hate the
But then
spiders, by the way. Go ahead.
uh, but you find out like you get like the heirloom, you find a letter or whatever,
Yep.
and then you head back and you see their reaction. You get nothing for it, like essentially. I'm very much a person who when I'm sent on like a side quest or something, I
Mm-hmm.
want a reward. And it's like and I guess that's maybe sort of the dark wizard sort of peering out, but it's like every time I go back, I'm like, give me a reward. And it's like there's every time it's not really in the option every time.
So I
But
started asking for more money. Like I just
yes,
started, like a better reward, I guess. And so I've been
yes.
getting because money is quite scarce in this game. Because like if you're trying to do 100% your special room,
The room of yeah.
yeah, buying the tables 3,000, 5,000. I'm like, do you know how many animals I need to poach and how much gear I need to sell in order to reach that just to pay off this one table? So I had 31,000. And then I bought one table that was 5,000 that I needed. It was the breeding post. I needed to buy that. It was like 5,000. I'm like, holy frig. So now I had to go to a beast area, suck them up in my bag, get as many as possible, and then all of my gear, and then go sell all the beasts I sucked up. A negative. A negative. 4 beasts in your little world is annoying. I don't know. Don't tell me if you already know. So like if you can get more, I hope so, but like, so you know what I'm referring to? You can only have
Yeah.
4 flying around in one section, and then I opened up the second section with the water, the ocean. I can only have 4. I'm like, this is lame, because I'm thinking I have an open world I'm in. There's a crap load of enemies I can fight at the same time, like 2 trolls and 5 goblins and these Ashwinder dark wizards all at the same time. How can I only have 4 creatures? So I don't know if you
Yeah.
can get more. I'm hoping I can, but we'll get to that point when we get to that point. If not, that's a downside for me. But like
I think really it's the size of the creatures that makes a difference. I
you
might be
no,
wrong.
you could have those moon calves. You could have 4 moon calves, and that's it. You cannot have any more.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's more. I don't want to know until I get to that point. But if I can't get any more, I'm like, oh, this sucks, because it seems to be a big thing. To upgrade your gear, you need animal parts. So whether it's a hippogriff feather, my nose is super itchy. Sorry, guys. Or the mooncalf, whatever, or the thistle or trestle or whatever it is, their little thing. So you need to get that stuff. In order to get that stuff, you got to feed them, brush them, and then shazam, here's some items. Yeah, I was watched to play yesterday and then was shocked at the prices of stuff. It's crazy, but it's almost balanced out okay though, because the amount of crap gear you get. That annoyed me too. That was almost a downside, was my slots, how much I could carry. Because I in Skyrim it's weight, right? You can have 500 pounds of whatever, but this is like you start off with 20 gear slots. You can just have 20 and that's it. But then I figured out how to get more and more. I think I'm up to 32 or 36 now or something like that.
I believe it's the Merlin tiles that do
Yes.
that.
So the Merlin trials is actually kind of cool, but there's a crap ton of them. So there's a lot of grindage in this game, but the world is so awesome that it's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's just awesome. All right, Lee, what else, man? I get off on these tangents and I lose where
no.
we're at. I just freaking love it.
No, that's awesome. Like, have you got any? I mean, I guess we just talked about a couple there, but have you got any like proper gripes with the game in terms of things that you would change or improve or get rid of?
So I'm going to say this game is a 10 out of 10 for me.
All right.
Easily a 10 out of 10. The only minor stuff for me, when I started, it's like 20 hours in, the only complaint I had is I don't have enough gear slots because I'm getting gear constantly. And I'm destroying stuff because I just didn't know, really. I was just such a noob. I really didn't know. And I didn't want to Google a lot of stuff. And so that was kind of my only gripe. Oh boys, my mind is just, I'm thinking of things to say, but if I say them, I want to get off on that tangent of how awesome this is. Like trying to figure out puzzles, trying to figure out how to get to this door, trying to figure out how to get to that door and that treasure. Like Revelio. That's all I do. If I hear the ding, I am constantly spamming Revelio because I need to know where that piece of paper that's invisible, whatever, shows up. So I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't have any proper gripes, dude. I think you have a couple, and I may agree. I don't know.
Yeah, I think when it comes to it, I think it's certain dialogue. I think like my main gripe is just the main character, the character that you play as, because the other characters that you interact with, they have they seem to have like fairly interesting stories in terms of and the voice acting for them is pretty good. The voice acting for your actual character, I think, is not great.
Isaiah had the same gripe, man.
I'm not like I can't remember who mentioned it, but somebody mentioned it on stream, like maybe in the chat or maybe in the in the voice chat. But it was like the voice actor who's voicing your character, it sounds like they're reading off a script. And I don't remember who said that, but that once they mentioned that, it makes a lot of sense to me.
So I'm usually good at picking that stuff up, but I just don't get it with this, and that's kind of what Isaiah said. So maybe he saw the same video or something like that. He's not a fan of the dude's voice acting, but the way I came in and I labeled my streams the exact same way every time. The most powerful wizard. So whether I know my character's backstory, it doesn't even matter because I am the most powerful wizard of all time, starting Hogwarts year 5, and Ranrock and the other dude are after me because I'm the most powerful wizard of all time, and that's just how I'm playing this game, and because I'm roasting everybody. So yeah, I guess if you were to ask me what's your backstory, Paul, I'm going to say I'm the most powerful wizard of all time, and that's all I can say because I really don't know. I really don't know my backstory. Huh? Do you know your backstory?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay, so maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think but I think you've sort of brought up a decent point, which is like you're not really bothered that you've created your own persona in a sense.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish that was more translatable in the game.
Okay.
Where it's like there was in a sense more significant choice. Where it's like, you can go up to someone, you can say, I want a better reward. And it's like, they're like, oh, you're so selfish. And it's like, here you go. It's like, but I want it to be more like, in a sense, I just want to be the most detestable human being that ever exist in that world. I want to be the reason why those curses are unforgivable.
You too, Donnie. Thank you so much, man. So can you be the most detestable scumbag wizard in this game? Because I haven't seen options, but maybe because I haven't really gone down the path, even though I'm like the most powerful wizard of all time, and like dark-sided as well, but like I'm still kind and nice to everybody.
Yes.
I'm not a Malfoy, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I wanted to do, but like I just can't be a dirtbag in video games for some odd reason.
But the thing is, like, I don't think it necessarily gives you that much of an option to be something otherwise.
So yeah,
like,
I guess that was my question. Is can you?
Because it's like I talk to someone, they, you know, they've had an argument, like two characters have had an argument or something, and you talk to one of them, and your choices are like to either disagree with them,
Yep.
which is sort of like, yeah, well, but I think that they're the nice person, and
Yes.
it's like no, I want to say like you're wrong, you're a douchebag, like like
I will
um
destroy both of you if you don't resolve this
yes,
right now. Yeah.
yeah, like
Huh.
it's just like there's not really instances where it's like, oh, someone saying that something terrible has happened, and really like your own response is like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's like, no, I just want to be like, oh, you suck, man. I'm out of here. Like,
Truffle
um,
just said on Red Dead Redemption 2, I had people mad at me for doing low honor playthroughs when I streamed. And that's true. In Red Dead Redemption, they remember you doing evil stuff and bad stuff. So, do you think this could be because it's their very first game of this nature? I don't know if the company's made anything to this magnitude or underlying stories and all of that stuff. So I almost wonder if this is kind of like a developer limitation, perhaps. They just needed to level up themselves by creating this game, and they made a magical game. I just almost wonder if the next one is just like, if you want to be a Draco Malfoy or the Malfoys and just be the scummiest, dirtiest beeps ever, ever, you can be in our next game. I wonder, I would even like to see some DLC, Dark Wizard playthrough. Like, you are just evil and nasty. I don't know, man. It's just really cool.
I mean, yeah, I get that. Like, I think maybe a fear of mine would be that like they're not necessarily given the option for you to be like utterly detestable,
Yeah.
because they're kind of worried that might hit some backlash, where it's like it's condoning being a bully or something. Like, I don't know, like it
Right.
could be.
It could be. They had to
And
deal with such a backlash from like a minority group already that made a lot of noise. So maybe they just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and I don't know.
yeah, and so but that's possibly something that I'd want. And then there's other things as well. Um, yeah, I've forgotten. Have you got anything that you would change, or like
Listen,
I
the
know
amount of
it's
interruptions I give you, Lee, you do fantastic on keeping your train of thought for like 99% of the time. So don't be embarrassed because you forgot something, because I interrupt
no,
you constantly just to hear myself
that's all
talk,
good.
I guess. I don't know.
No, that's all good.
So anything I would change? No. I think the character creation's awesome. There's a huge amount of spells, which is amazing. I guess the only thing I would change is to allow me to have more presets. So we were talking about this earlier. You get 4 sets of that you can cycle through. I don't have that ability where I can cast all my spells, then switch to the second set so I can cast those spells in the battle. I do have that ability. I just don't want to do it. So I have my same pattern. I was using the freeze spell. I forget what that was. So I was using my fire, or I was pulling them in. I was pop, pop, pop. Then I was using my freeze as well. Then Leviosa. I was doing it all. And now, of course, I switched to my dark curse one. But there's your animal, dealing with your animals. There's 3 items for dealing with your animal preset. I would like to have that. This is why I want more. There is rearranging your room. What's this?
Yeah, three like transfiguration ones.
Yeah, that needs to be its own preset as well, instead of going into the menu, assigning it to this, then using it, and it's just not enough. And 4 should be enough, but they have so many spells that it's just not enough. But it doesn't hinder it at all. It's just an inconvenience. That's all it is. Because how much
think,
time do you spend in the transfiguration room, or how much time do you spend with the animals and all that? Which I know I'm going to have to do a little bit more, just so I can breed more of that stuff, breed the animals, gather their little pieces. Because buying some items, animal items, to upgrade my armor is expensive, and so yeah, that's that. But that, I think that'd be the only thing that changed me. The game is perfect. Technically, I got stuck once. And when I say I got stuck once, it was a trial in Hogwarts. I think it was the second trial where you're pulling the things toward, like the columns. You got to pull the columns towards you. You got to pull them forward so you can climb up and grab the chest and then move forward. So I did it to the point where I encased myself against the wall 2 to 3 stacks high, and I couldn't get out of it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Because I couldn't press the map because the map is disabled. That would be one thing I would change, is allow me to use my map in certain cases where it says map is disabled. So when you go into a cave or a dungeon, like one that has to be preloaded, like you got to load into instead of walking into, your map is disabled. And I'm like, well, this is stupid, but I'm used to Skyrim, right? No matter what dungeon, no matter which cave you go into, you always have a map. And as the fog of war, we'll call it, is being revealed, you can see that in the map. You press a button, you bring up the map. Oh, okay, I was here and here. That's the one thing, I guess that's the main thing I would change. So I got stuck. And there was no unstuckyucko spell to allow me to shoot outside of that. So I had to reload a save, and I'm like, oh no, this is stupid. And
in those parts, like there's this sort of bell, or like I'll call it a bell. It's not a bell that you can hit, and it resets the whole thing.
Right. So when I'm stuck in the corner, 2 to 3 columns high, the only thing I can see is a tall wall and barely the ceiling, because you can't look straight up.
And you couldn't use the torso to push them away.
I couldn't do anything. I couldn't pull it, of course, because that would squish me. I couldn't even push it out. I was stuck.
But if you squished yourself, then that would just...
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I was stuck in a place where I couldn't push it forward and I couldn't pull it forward. And James just said he got stuck on that one too. And so,
okay.
Which is weird. And so I had to the good thing is like every 5 minutes, there's an autosave. I think it's every 5 minutes, because I see that little icon at the bottom show up. So that was cool. And it's funny, Aaron had come over and he's like, Paul, you're living on the edge. And it didn't clue into me, because my routine for playing RPGs, I have several save files, and I cycle through at least 3 save files. Growing up as an old man that I am, save files were nightmarish. And so I had 3. I only had one save file for Hogwarts Legacy, 40 plus hours in, one save file. That's it. And Aaron called me out on it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm smart enough to do this. Why haven't I done this for this game? So now I have 3 save throughs. Thank you, Aaron, for calling me out on that. And so I was able to load, and it just basically took me right to at the beginning of that section of the map. So that was perfect. Either way, I got stuck though. But I guess that's the only thing I'd change. I'd like to be able to view my map as I'm going through different dungeons that I have to preload into. So, So far, here's a cool thing. So far, I haven't wandered into a cave where I couldn't go back into to get a chest or something I may have missed, because that stuff bugs me. You go one way and you're thinking, okay, this isn't the right way, so I'm going this way. All of a sudden, it's the right way, and you're in a cutscene, and you can't go back to finish the rest of the dungeon. I despise that in a video game. It isn't in this one so far, and I've done tons. I want to bring up my crap. I should have taken a screenshot of how much stuff I've done already. And I just can't right yet, because my main screen is this window right here. That's my Xbox screen. So, all right, what else, Lee?
I mean, I could go back to something that you mentioned earlier about the spells because
Yep.
um I think something that I'd like to touch on is that with the spells, um some of like as many as they are, like a lot of them feel very similar to one
The
another. And
spells.
yes, um and in the sense that like there are two spells that have like fire damage. There's two spells that keep you in place. There's like four spells that make the person sort of flip around in the air.
Okay.
Um, there's uh there's three spells to transfigure stuff. Well, four spells really. It's just one of them can be used in combat.
So,
Um, that kind of thing.
so I know what you're saying, and I could see that point of view. But I think in the wizardly world of Harry Potter and with witchcraft and magic and all of that other stuff, I think all of that stuff has to be in there. Like I think those are mostly all spells that were used in the movies, right? Or in the
Yeah,
books, or
yeah, I think so.
so I don't know. I know nothing about wizardry, witchcraft, or any of that other stuff. Even though I was accused once of being into witchcraft, which was hilarious. I know nothing about that stuff. So, and I was talking to Aaron yesterday. It's like, how many witches brew can I make that's going to turn somebody into a toad, turn somebody into this, into that evildoer? Exactly. Or if I shake a wand and I say the magic words, bum flippioso, like do their bums turn inside out? Like that stuff's not going to happen. That's not real stuff. So to be accused of witchcraft and wizardry is hilarious. And people won't watch it because that's filled with magic and it's not real. Smarten up, slap yourself in the face. And so, but those spells in the RPG, D&D world, all of that stuff, I think that's legit to the lore, and I think it has to be in there, even though several things do almost the same stuff, just like a different thing. I think that has to be in there, and so I accept it.
Yeah.
Do you think this will be a game you have to put way more hours into than most? Yes, but I'm an open world RPG fan lover. And so Skyrim is one of my fave games of all time. Oblivion is amazing. I've hundreds of hours into those games, and I'll be doing Avacadabra. Yes, Ultimate Hater. So all of that stuff, the Salem Witch Trials are all trials all over again. I guess. I don't know. But this is what I'm saying. So I know what you're saying, that yeah, there's tweaks of the same spells, but and even James had brought out that's like saying all guns do the same thing. And in some point of view, yes, all guns do the same thing. You pull the trigger, pow, dead. I guess, but I think this is a necessary evil to somebody who would probably complain about that.
Sure,
You know what I'm
sure. I
saying?
mean, yeah, I know what you're saying. But yeah, it's I guess it's sort of like, oh, so I need to change it from this similar spell to this other similar spell, just to get it to do something really.
Right. And it took me 10 minutes basically to say what you just said there. But it took me 10 minutes because I went off on a little tangent. And Truffle just said, I know people that freaked out and said the Smurfs were the work of the devil and would not let their kids watch it. True story. Truffle and I are old enough to know all of to these ridiculous things. Like the band Kiss. You had some wingnuts. It's like, that means knights in Satan's service. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Stop it, you wackos. Even Pokemon. James sent me a TikTok about a preacher talking about Pokemon on how evil it is. But this is an old video, and I had seen that before, but it's just funny to revisit. You can Google it, search it up. Pokemon preacher talks about how evil Pokemon is, and he goes into these ridiculous explanations, but whatever. You get your 5 minutes of fame, 15 minutes of fame. Here it is 20 years later, whatever, we're talking about it. So anyways, let's move on from the devils of Pokemon. Pokemon! And look at this, I still have the cards James sent me right here, and I still haven't put them in cards yet, so I do apologize, James. But it's sitting right here, it's not been touched. So, what about you? Would you change anything, Lee?
I mean, there's a few things that I have mentioned. I mean, like much in the same way that the Foo Flames girl keeps talking. I don't like how every
Necessary evil.
time,
Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
I don't like how the main character, like every time he goes into Hogsmeade, he says, "Is there anything more cozy than
Yes.
Hogsmeade?" Like,
Okay, that's
shut
annoying.
up.
That's annoying. Yes. I 100% agree. That is annoying. But it took probably 30 to 40 times of him saying it that I clued in. Like, I think it was yesterday that I clued in. I was like, all right, dude, I get it. It's comforting. Hogsmeade is awesome, but you feel at home. I get it. Get some snuggles. Snuggles from Hemsey. He's like, all roads lead to Hogsmeade. That's another one. Seems like all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Yeah, and he says it when he's leaving as well. So it's like, Hogsmeade, here I come as I'm leaving, and it's
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so yeah, those are legit gripes, legit possible changes.
It's yeah, it's more nitpicks
Yep.
really, like
Yeah.
than actual like fully fledged issues with the game.
But yeah, you have to get to a point of hours played in order to really hit that point. The Foo Flames girls in Necessary Evil, I think that's hilarious and annoying all at the same time, and it's a must. I hope they never get rid of that. I hope the next one they bring in, they make her more annoying because it's just funny. It's just funny. Memes, I'm sure, are created about this lunatic saying the exact same things over and over. But with the like, sometimes you don't have to say something every time you go in to a spot or anything like that. So I think that maybe I would assume that will be changed. Like IGN gave the game a 9.5. The only technical issue, and I'm playing on an Xbox Series X, and I'm not talking about PC. People are griping about PC, and I get it. When you are in Hogwarts and you want to go outside, there is a load of the world generating, and I'm running a Series X. That is a 12 teraflops, right? That is a powerful. The game's at 8 out of 10, really good. Oh, whoa, Mark, 8 out of 10? Really good with room for improvement? Mark, I need to know what you would improve about this game. This game's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a solid masterpiece. Give me some gripes and complaints here, Mark. So that's the only thing, the technical, and I'm assuming that's going to be patched. There's no way I should be going out into this world and it take forever just to, because you're standing there. I think the other way would be is to go to a black screen and come right back, but it should be smooth transition of going right in.
Much in a similar way that it should be a smooth transition from like, oh, you because like I know with the globes and stuff, the spinning globes, you just tap them and then you go around.
Yeah.
But then with the cats, you have to pet them, but it goes into like a cutscene.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah, and you
And
can't
it's like,
skip
well,
out.
yeah, like why the cutscene? Like
Even-
it should just.
Even with the Merlin trials, since there's so many, I'm at the point now I don't need to see the thing come up in Merlin form with the leaves. I would like to skip that. Yeah.
And yeah, maybe it is like a kind of load, but it's like you're saying, like when you're going in and out of Hogwarts, it has the loading. But what sort of gets me more than anything else about that is how you go out. Like, you know, it loads for you to go out, and then you think, oh, I don't need to go that way. I need to go the other way, so I need to go back in, and then it loads again.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it shouldn't have to load again.
That's true. Yeah, there's just a couple technical things like that. I guess that's my main technical issue. To be able to skip some cutscenes for sure. I do like the fact that they added the dialogue where you can skip each conversation. You just got to press the Y button. Usually it's like A or B, and I'm glad they didn't put it where you press the button once and you're just out of the conversation fully. You just, because I read faster than sometimes they're talking, and so like I get to their last conversation so I can press Y just to help skip through some of the stuff. And we're coming down to an end here, guys, just as a heads up. I find myself, and I haven't done this in Oblivion, I haven't done it in Skyrim, I find myself reading every note and every piece of paper that actually hops in. Like there's the in Hogsmeade at the bar, you have that trans character, and there's actually a little backstory with them. I had to go do kind of I had to go do a quest, but in that quest there's also notes that was between him or her and another teacher. I think it was another teacher because they're really good friends. And you actually get to see a little bit of the backstory on that character and with this other teacher. And I thought, okay, that's kind of cool. And and in my head, it's like, that's why you should probably be reading, Paul, because there's so much more to do. But I'm reading every piece of paper that I find, even the annoying long ones. And it's cool. I'm kind of I'm immersing myself into this world greatly, and I'm just really enjoying it.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's a couple more things that I sort of want to touch on. Is that with the notes in that, that then builds up in the collections.
Yes.
And then you have to then clear the collections.
Yes.
That's
it's only because OCD people like us, though. There is an alert, an exclamation point that says, you need to check me or I'm going to stay here. And that's it. It's just, I'm built that I have to clear that out. I don't go in and read everything. I scroll down and I move my right stick over to where it's at, but I keep scrolling down just because I need to clear it. It's just frustrating. Yeah, I feel you on that.
And then the other thing is I'm not sure whether you've done it yet, but it's a room of requirement thing, where the elf in the room of requirement,
Deke.
Yes, he has his fellow elf that he wants you to check up on.
Yeah, I did that. Did that mission
you've
yesterday.
done that? Yeah, that's possibly the only time that I've actually had a sad feeling in the game, because of how that quest ended up.
Yeah, did you say you didn't feel the emotion or anything, or?
Oh no, that's probably one of the only times where I did.
Okay.
I actually being this sort of dark wizard and everything that I try to be.
Oh.
I sort of found I mean, would you say it's a spoiler?
Yeah.
Should I mention it or
nope.
Just okay.
You just got a soft spot with house elves. That's it.
But just how that ended up, it's oh, that's sad. And then I just went back.
So Mark said they need an honor meter similar to Red Dead. We talked about that, Mark. That we agree with that. Better map system. I don't know. I would like to add my own personal markers for the first time ever in any video game. But I like the map and the level up system for attack strength. I don't know. I don't know.
I think he's strong enough in a sense with
I'm the most powerful wizard of all time, and my attacks are freaking powerful.
And if you want anything to level up how strong you can be, you've got the talent that you put in.
Yes.
And it's there was a video that I saw and where you put in a couple of points for the talent, and you can literally one shot whole groups of people.
Yeah, so there's also your gear, leveling up your gear and adding the traits as well. That adds insane power depending on which ones you choose. I don't care about defense. I've got Protectio or whatever it is. I just want to roast people's lives. And so you can get those level 1, 2, and 3 of all damage is increased and whatever. So I haven't unlocked any of the level 3 ones yet, but I'll be adding those mamma jammas so I can just roast people's souls for sure.
And sometimes I actually try and get hit on purpose, because then it means that I actually get to use some of the wiggle worm potions.
Those stupid healing potions, man. Because
they're
they
so
drop.
abundant.
Yeah, that's it. They're so abundant that, and it should be that they're rare, and then you got to go back and create them. That's what it should be.
Yeah, because it's the easiest potion to craft.
Right.
It's the cheapest potion to buy.
And they never should be in a chest. They never should be in the chest, because I do Revelio, and that chest is glowing. And I can't get the object in there because I have 25 of those wiggle healing potions as it is. Screw you. Because I have to collect everything. Everything that's glowing, I got to do it. I'm doing it.
So in fights, I sometimes actually get hit on purpose, so I use it up.
Yeah. It's hard for me to do that because
I'm sure like it would be harder to do if I was on a more difficult, like a higher difficulty of the game.
Yep.
But as it stands, I'm like on a fairly easy version of it.
So what's the place that has the thorns that you have to retract with using your light? Do you know what I mean? Like they're crawling in. They're the tree roots.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So that is the best way to damage yourselves. Don't.
Yeah, because I just run through that. Like I
Yeah.
run through it, take the damage.
I just
heal
stand
my-
there, and then as they're attacking me, I'm pressing left on the whatever, and it's just like potion. I'm like, all right, this is the best way to do it because I can use 15 potions in like a minute, if that. The money is the worst part. Never enough money. Mark, we did talk about the money part, and I guess it is, there isn't enough money, but like I get what they're trying to do. They did make it not enough and other things so expensive that you do have to go and gather as many pets and animals, save as many animals as possible and sell the animals. So that's what I've been doing now. I've been sucking up all of them, saving them, but selling them to the girl in Hogsmeade. Yeah, saving them. And it's just like, oh, you're protected now. It's like, no, I'm selling these. I need that 120.
Yeah, you're saved now. It's like I've just taken you from your natural habitat with all your fellow beings. I've just stripped you away from it using this magical bag.
Here's something. How is a mooncalf or the little porcupine-looking thing worth the same amount as a hippogriff or the trestle or whatever it's?
Yeah.
Those are the rare ones, but how are the mooncalves and stuff worth the exact same money?
And
it's fine. These are just gripes, okay? So all the devs are live streaming this right now. They all came together to watch the Gamers Pass podcast, like the whole section. So thank you, all you Warner Brothers, even the executives and heads who you're watching. Welcome. These are just gripes, okay? These do not hinder the gameplay or the story or anything. You created a masterpiece.
It's all nitpicks.
And it's only because we put 40 plus hours or 30 plus hours into the game. This isn't play it for an hour and then so somebody complain and sook about it. No, it's just like we put the time and energy in. These are just nitpicks now. It's just quality of life things, we'll say. Quality of life. And I'm not that hardcore to go on the forums and like, you need to change this. Whatever. I'm just having so much fun. I'm really... Oh, it's called Devil's Snare. Okay. What's that?
I think, like in terms of the money problem, I think the best way to earn money is like there are these chests and they have an eye on it.
Yes.
And you can you can actually open those chests.
You get 500
by going invisible.
Yep.
And you sneak up on them.
Honestly, I found like you just go traveling and fight as many people as possible. They drop low end gear constantly. Gear is dropped constantly, and then you go suck up the animals and go sell them in Hogsmeade. So I've been racking up, like I have over 30,000 now, but like when you go buy one of those special brooms for 5,000 or buy a table that's a large table for potting or whatever, that's 5,000 or the 3,000, whatever. I still have to unlock tons of room of, what's it called? The room of what?
Requirement.
Yes, room of requirement. So I want to get everything for that. I don't really I use it to identify my gear because now I'm getting tons of drops of gear that's unidentified, and then I have my potting table that's giving me the weed so I can do the Merlin things, and it's not weed, and then the plant, the Venus flytrap plant. That's all I'm brewing up right now. So we'll see. I think any game, even the best game ever made, you can nitpick. After playing a lot. My favorite game of all time is Mario 64, and we could destroy that in 2023, right now. But you can't take that marvelous feeling I had playing that for the first time ever back in 96 or 97, whatever it was. It was just wonderful.
Yeah,
screw
4
you,
years
Mario
old
64
before I was
haters.
born.
Thanks, Lee. So yeah. What else, my man? Anything else?
I mean, I could ramble the whole day about this game, to be honest.
It's so good.
I'm
loving it.
It is a really good game. I do like that. Like in terms of like gear is definitely sort of a bittersweet thing where
What
it's
is?
like the gear because
Oh,
it's like
okay.
it's a bittersweet thing because it's like you've only got so many slots,
Yeah.
whatever. You've like some of the stuff you're not high enough level to wear, and it's like, oh no, I'm not like experienced enough to wear a hat. Like that's
Yeah.
sort of that
Yeah.
seems a bit silly.
Yeah.
And then, but what I do like is once you've found it like you sell it or you destroy it or whatever, it's still in the the sort of collectibles in terms of
Yeah.
you can still wear that cosmetically if you like the look of
I
it.
would like to lock in my look
Yes.
instead
Yeah.
of. So if you find a gear that's more powerful, sorry about that, guys. If you find a gear that's more powerful, but you have to, but you already have your preset, I have to go click on that hat to equip it, get out of it, press X on it, and to go back to either get rid of the hat because I don't wear hats in the game, or put on something else that I'd like to have. So there's a couple extra steps. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to get new gear if you already have your preset. And
Yeah.
but yeah, so again, quality of life thing, nitpicking. But guys, for me, the game is a 10 out of 10. For me.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful. Like we're talking about it. We spent an hour and 15 minutes so far, almost an hour and a half. And all I'm thinking about is going out and playing it, but I can't play it today until much later. I hate getting high level gear you can't use. I think once you reach that, it is when you should find gear level to you. Yeah. The cool thing is all your enemies you fight are scaled to your level. I think that's cool, unless you're low level and you go to a high level den. I was level 14 exploring, and I came across a level 30 troll. So I was like, I'm the most powerful wizard of all time. I'm going to fight this guy. And I had to run. I had a troll and I had the two freaking water toad looking things attacking me. I'm like, nope, I got to go. See you later. And then,
I've never had that issue, if I'm honest. Like
okay.
I don't even check what level the den is. I just go in,
I
smash everything up, and
I
then
just did what
then I'm done.
I was such a low level, like, and I was going out of the town on where I should have been, and I was just like, let's check this out. And then that was the first time I came across a troll, and but yeah, I thought that was awesome. The first time I fought the zombies, I forget their names, that you have to use a fire attack on though, like that was pretty intense at first. Like,
Fern,
I don't know. Like, I found in this game, there's legit fear levels that kind of impact you the very first time you come across something. So the zombies, I couldn't hurt them whatsoever until I used a fire attack. And I was just like, there was like 6 or 7 of them, like, oh crap. But that's the first time I played. And it's like, I think I'm gonna die. But like, I didn't get hit or anything. I was just like moving around and protecting myself. And then the spiders never, ever gets easy. Because I hate spiders. Great. I killed one last night on the floor. I'm like, die! And I stepped on that mother. It was just a little thing. But I've never liked spiders. I'll always hate spiders. Even as a little kid, there's a fear of spiders. So it's never easy seeing these giant ranch Z's. What's up, ranch Z's? How come? Why the sad face, my friend? So that was just the stupid spiders, man. And when you're walking through a tunnel or whatever, and you see the little ones that crawl past you super fast, I'm like, darn you, Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy. Just because it just gives you that fear factor. And it plays right into my phobia of spiders.
I think something that I really enjoy about the combat is where you're fighting like goblins or anything, or like those sort of on the actual like the actual main quest where you're with these big knights and they have like the giant axes, giant swords. I really like that you can just do Expelliarmus on them. They drop their weapon and then you slam them in the face with their own weapon.
I've never even done that.
It's so good. Like it's you can do it with the goblins as well. Like where you hit them. You do the right bumper, like you hit them with Expelliarmus, use the right bumper, and you slam them in the face with their own weapon.
I'm gonna have to try that. Truffle said, I watched someone yesterday fighting a boss or something on Hogwarts, and it was a high level, and they spent at least what seemed like an hour just dying because their level was low. Oh
Wow.
man, that's crazy. I'm playing on story difficulty. Really, I just want to explore the world and have a wonderful time. Same thing with Skyrim, man. The game is so huge, it's so massive. You just play it on story, easy, and you explore. You have a good time. Nobody should mess with you because you're the most powerful wizard or warrior of all time, and that's how I want to be in every game. I've played my years of hard games, going back to the NES, SNES, N64, blah blah blah. I've done it. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to get frustrated dying constantly. I don't want to break controllers like I used to do in Fortnite. It's cost me money. I can't just get, and then that's it. I got to break something. And the sad thing is the controller is what's there. And then that costs me money.
I think the last time you raged on stream with the
Splatoon 3.
No, it was the heroes versus villains on
oh my gosh.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I hated that greatly. Oh my gosh.
I really like that mode.
Yeah, zero fan. It's only because my characters are so weak and their cards are packed but there's no matchmaking, right? There's no proper matchmaking.
No.
Cool.
But still, it's like you end up buying a lot. But and the thing is, like, sometimes you can get some people on your team who are just absolute pros, and sometimes they're on the enemy team, and it's like, I've been in the case where it's like I've been on a team with randos. We've all had like our lightsabers out, and then everyone on their team has got like a blaster, and you think we're gonna absolutely whoop them. But no, they just shoot you, and they just annihilate you from like so easily.
It's stupid.
Before you can even land a hit on them.
True. Yeah. All right. Any final words? We're at 10:36 my time, so we probably won't get into the Nintendo Direct, unfortunately.
It's all good.
Just this Harry Potter game is just so good. That's why I had a special edition, because it's just basically about this game, because we're all playing it. Everyone's playing this game. Almost everybody's playing this game, and I don't think I've come across anybody who legitimately played the game says I hate this game.
Yeah, and the other ones who are just boycotting the game because of something stupid.
Lee,
that's ridiculous.
I'm going to tell you right now, they're boycotting it by words, not by actions. Not by actions. That's it. You can't be a fan of this universe, and then like the best game ever in this universe comes out, and they're like, I'm not playing it because of. It's not happening. You can say what you want. You're saying it by words to keep face, but I guarantee you're secretly loving this freaking game and playing it. You're like, oh, JK, I love you. Thank you so much. That's what's happening. So, all right. Any final words, Lee?
No, I'm good.
What would you give this game out of 10?
Probably a 9.
A 9?
I wouldn't like. I think like the nitpicks just add up a bit too much for it to be a 10.
Wow. Okay.
They are, but they are.
But
nitpicks.
Those nitpicks, though, are basically personal. You know what I mean? They're not impacting to the game.
No, but it's like, it's all like. The thing is that there's plenty of them though, and it does.
Okay.
It's sort of. It affects it enough as a whole for it to be like, oh, Fooflay girl, shut up.
Okay.
Like,
you know what? I'll accept it, Lee. I'll accept that. Yeah. For me, it's a 10 out of 10, easily. It's just I've enjoyed this world. It's overtaking my gaming life, and I'm thinking to myself, when I get 100% of this, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to go back to? What am I going to play?
Gonna have that big hole in your life.
Yes. Because with like when the Mass Effect Legendary Edition came out, I played all 3, ran right through it. That's all I played. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, when that came out, I haven't even 100% that because I don't want 100% AC games. But this one, I do. I want to 100% it. I want to explore everything, and I want DLC. That's it. And the game's just been out for like 2 weeks or whatever it is. That's it. I'm loving it. 10 out of 10 for me, kids. I think it's a
Yeah.
great game. I think this is a brand new universe, brand new story. I think part 2, and let's say they bring out a part 2, which they will. What are you going to do? Like, because the magic of Hogwarts is going to not be as magical, we'll say, to the user the second time around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That sort of like whimsical sort of feeling. Yeah.
Because I love Hogwarts. When I was in there, when I streamed it, I spent like almost 6 hours in Hogwarts itself live on stream, going around looking at things, experiencing it, trying to get chests, blah blah blah, Revellion, constantly. It was just it's magical. So I think now that may not happen. I'm gonna get it right away. Like part 2 is just gonna be like, yep, thank you. I almost would like to see them just add expansions.
Yeah.
Almost like an MMO, but please don't do an MMO. But like, just keep adding expansions. Add the Azkaban, like a full storyline of Azkaban. Apparently, you can visit it when you're playing the Hufflepuff. Is it?
Hufflepuff, yeah.
So that's cool. That's cool. And I will be doing all the houses. I don't know if I'll do them all live on stream, but I'm gonna finish the Slytherin, and then of course I'll do the Gryffindor, all of that stuff in honor of Harry. But
yeah, and then but yeah, like I think a trick that they did miss, and it sort of like makes sense because it is a single player story, but they should have done a form of multiplayer.
So to experience
really cool.
school together, I would love to have been able to drop in, drop out of a person's world. I think that'd be awesome. And that's kind of what we all wanted. And that's what we all thought was I'm going to fire this up. I'm going to team up with a buddy and we're just going to be in Hogwarts. We're going to be, what's the world called?
What, the Wizarding World?
Yes. Does it have a name? So we got Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, and then like there's the Highlands, but what is the town? What is the city, the world? What is it called? Does it have a name? This is why I say I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I just like the movies. That's it.
But I think it's just called the Wizarding World. I think like in terms of where they are on the planet, you mean like where Hogwarts is?
Yeah, I guess because it's in the
Hogwarts
UK, right?
Yeah, it's in like Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Shows you what I know. Cool. All right, Lee. Any final words? Even though you did final words.
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Where can they find you on all your? Oh, what's this?
Seems like all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
I see what you did there. Where can they find you on all your social media aspirations, Lee?
Yeah. You can find me here, Discord, Instagram, the Lee Everett. If you don't find me, then best of luck to you.
Yeah, best place to find Lee is on Discord for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. All my stuff's in the description, guys. You can, if you're on Twitch, you can just scroll down. If you're on YouTube, just click the drop down. They'll give you everything. Also, other people as well. Yeah. That's it.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging around, chatting, commenting. Everybody that dropped in, dropped out. We had numbers went up and down. The millions and millions around the world that tune into this podcast. I love every one of you. Thank you so much. All the Warner Brothers execs, all the Harry Potter people. JK, thank you for watching this stream. I know you lurked, and all the execs lurked because my opinion and Lee's opinion are insanely valuable. Voss, yeah. And so thank you all so much. You guys are just wonderful, and I appreciate you guys creating a wonderful game. And I cannot wait to dive right back in. I want to do the DLC. I just want to have, 9:15 my time, Voss. An hour and 15 minutes ago is when I streamed the podcast. So and we're at the end, dude. So thank you so much. I'm gonna give you your day back, Voss. So thank you. All right, that's it, kids. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Now next week we won't be doing Hogwarts Legacy. We'll probably chat about it for a sec. But because we'll have a full week of advancing further into the story. But Lee, last question.
I imagine I'll be finishing then.
Okay, so I was going to say, are you going to beat the game Sorry, beat the story before doing all the other things, the caves and all of that stuff. Are you okay? So from what I've seen, is you can beat the story and then you can continue doing all the extra stuff on the side. I think I read something that it pops up, and we'll figure all that out. So I'm probably going to do everything else first and then continue the story. We'll see. We'll see. I still got a couple spells left. So here we go. So as for Lee, my name is Paul. You guys take care. Jam.
Drink all the soup.
Drink all the soup. Yes, the broth. Oh, a fish 3927. Thank you for following, Jam. Oh, this was so.
Yeah, absolutely. Dive deep into that. Yeah.
I just love diving in like that. I was a deep dive today, and that was really awesome. So if we could do that with another game coming up, maybe Jedi Survivor. If you're getting it day one, I would love to us play it for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, and then just do a deep dive into the game and chat about it. I think that's perfect. This was awesome.
That's not going to be on Game Pass immediately, is it?
Oh, no. EA doesn't allow that. They just brought Madden 23 out on Game Pass, and it's been out for months.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Excellent.
Right. Yeah. How's your day looking?
So right after this, I gotta go take care of a shower, and then we gotta go bowling. Like Isaac's friends and family, their families, they all want to get together, including Steph and I, which is funny, because I'm not an easy guy to be around. Like, you either love me or you hate me. That's usually what it is. Like, oh, this guy, what an idiot. It's my own fault, but anyways. And then tonight is the NBA All-Star game, and so my shenanigans is a full day. And then tomorrow is it's called Family Day in New Brunswick, and it's a stat day. So we'll see about streaming tomorrow. But I still may. Everything's closed, so and then stuff will be like, you can stream if you want, but she's off. So, and yeah, she's no longer working 6 days a week, so. She gets a day off in the week now, but she creates a schedule, and so we'll figure it out. I still may stream certain days, and some days I'll most likely won't, just to be with her.
Yeah, and that's that's all good. You do you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what do you got planned for today?
Nothing really. Probably just playing Hogwarts Legacy, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm just not looking forward to next week, because for Wednesday I'm getting teeth out.
Oh, wisdom teeth, yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, and then so I'm just gonna be feeling great pain, I imagine.
Yeah, it's not that bad. You'll be all right.
Bones removed from my face.
Yeah. You will be okay.